So let's explore that challenging moment in relationships when you're dating somebody, they're consistently showing interest, you feel like things are going well, and then you can feel them pull back. And maybe they stop texting you or they ghost you. What can you do in those moments to really empower yourself? Now, if you're going through that moment right now, I know how much that sucks. And I'm sorry that you're going through that pain. And I know there's going to be a whole bunch of supportive comments below this video of women saying, if somebody has ghosted you, they're not showing interest in you, then they don't deserve you. Basically saying, good riddance, let that guy go. And while there is 100% truth in that, it doesn't soften the pain at all. And the mind wants to go to, what is he thinking? Why did he pull away? Why was it was going so well? Like he was full on showing interest. And so how do you make sense of that? Part of building an awareness that makes sense of why he would do that, why he would show interest and then pull back, can help us actually claim our power and move on. And there's one key principle here. And the principle is that his level of investment is directly related to his level of interest. In other words, the more he's calling, the more he's pursuing, the more he's putting into this connection, this relationship with you, the more he's interested in exploring. And vice versa, the less he's calling, the less he's texting, the more he's pulling back, the less interested he is. And so step number one is to see the situation clearly. We don't want to catastrophize, but we also don't want to minimize because we're looking at this situation through rose-colored glasses, right? The part of us that says, well, there's always the mindset that goes, maybe he lost my contact information. Maybe he lost his phone. Maybe he's this and this and that. And so we want to reach out and just make sure that off chance that he really liked me. Why would he pull back? He didn't lose his phone. He didn't lose your contact information. There are a million ways for him to get in touch with you if he wants to get in touch with you. And so this is where we take a deep breath, look at the situation clearly for what it is. And the situation is he has lost a degree of interest. And it's okay. It's okay for someone to have interest. And then there's a situation where they lose interest. He's either got doubts that you're the longer term potential for him. He's either feeling less connected to you, or he's feeling more connected to somebody else. He had a certain level with you and it's just a connection with somebody else has grown. In either case, his whole degree of attention for you, interest in you, has dropped way down. His lack of investment in you, that pulling back, is the sign that he has a lower level of interest, which in and of itself, the truth of that means that there's someone else even better for you because your guy is going to be interested in you. So here's a key insight. The part of us that feels like we need to know why, the part of us that feels like we need closure in this circumstance because he was showing interest and now he's not, that part of us that feels like we can't move on until we understand exactly why, that part of us is actually connected to the feeling of unworthiness. If I had done something different, said something different, a different circumstance, then I now know how to do that moving forward. And now I'm not going to experience the same pain where there's no guarantee of that. The truth is that you are worthy now. And the right guy is going to be a fit now. You don't need to know all the reasons why he's pulled away to be able to move forward. You don't need that for closure because the very fact that he's pulled away is the communication you need to know that he's probably not the right guy. This actually happened to a friend of mine just recently. She was dating this guy. They were dating for 4 or 5 months. And so a long time. And they would hang out all the time. And then he pulled back. And then he ghosted and wouldn't communicate. And it was so painful for her. Getting that kind of ghosting, it's emotionally painful. She was just mulling over why did this happen? Why did he pull away? There were a lot of other red flags in this relationship that she had just kind of overlooked and lies that he had told her that she had caught him in. She knew that he was lying. And so eventually he just pulled away and she was just like, why? I just want to know why. It's so hard for me to move on because I don't know why. I said, look, you've sent him a text. He hasn't responded back to you. His non-response is all the communication you need. His non-response is a response. And it's a response that he doesn't have the emotional capacity to meet you where you are. That tells you everything that you need to know about whether or not you even want to explore things with this guy. And it was like a ton of bricks hit her in the head. She was like, oh my gosh, 100%. His behavior is communication. Lack of communication is communication. You got to ask yourself, for the guy who basically pulls back doesn't talk to you for a couple of weeks and then lets you know that he was really stressed out in his job, really stressed out at his work. And there's a part of us that wants to feel compassion and be like, okay, well, I understand and this and that. And then you got to think to yourself, wait a minute, this is a person who literally didn't have the communication capacity to tell me ahead of time, like while it's going on, hey, work is getting really stressful right now. I need to really focus on this. I'm going to go dark for a couple of weeks, but let's pick this up after this project finishes in a couple of weeks. He couldn't have given you a heads up. He literally does it after the fact. Do you want to be in a relationship like that? I'm hoping the answer is no. That's one of the places that can bring us peace, is to recognize that we don't have to know all of the reasons, because the lack of communication is communication enough and demonstration enough of their lack of skill set in how they communicate. What do you do in these moments? Well, there's two things that you can do that I feel are really empowering. The first is to claim your power and move on. The best thing that you can do. What you don't want to do is chase him. Make excuses for him. Send him text messages, send him voicemails, because even if this guy comes back, two things have happened. Number one, you have endorsed bad behavior. And number two, he's way more likely to repeat it moving forward. You've built the bridge. You've said, hey, it's okay for you to run away and come back. I'm going to chase. I'm going to build a bridge that you can easily walk back across and we can pick up as if everything's okay. Very, very hard to reestablish a healthy dynamic after that, unless you just lay down the gauntlet where you say, look, this cannot happen again. I will not participate in this again. If we're going to actually get back together, here's how it's got to be. So you don't want to chase. You don't want to send lots of text messages or voicemails, but it's claim your power and move on, which means that in your mind, you let him go. In your mind, you see it for what it is. You see the circumstance clearly, and you claim in yourself that you didn't do anything to deserve this. You didn't do anything wrong. This is occurring as a natural, universal law way of removing what's not a right fit to make room for what is a right fit, that your amazing man is on his way. Now, if this guy is the guy and he just needs to rise to the challenge, he needs to raise his game, he will do that when your energy moves on. So claim your power and move on can look like this, where you claim your power, recognize there's a right guy moving into my life right now. Energetically, you move on and you basically send him a little goodbye text. And the goodbye text is this. It's 3 words. Grateful for you. The reason I love this is because, and in your mind, in your energy, you're literally saying goodbye. Like you're saying, goodbye. I'm grateful that you helped me see you clearly, that you're not the right guy. I'm grateful for the growth you've caused in me. It can even be, I'm grateful for the good times that we had to show me what's possible as far as good times. And now I'm going to go create it with someone who's got healthy communication. So I love that phrase, grateful for you, because it's a full-on goodbye energy. And if there's any possibility that he can raise his game to the level of standard that is necessary to be with you, he'll take that opportunity to do so. But chances are you're not going to hear from him. Chances are you're just sending a blessing. That's the most important energy you want when ending an interaction like this, is you want to bless him well, grateful for you, because that positive ending creates a positive new beginning in your life. So my question is, if you've ever gone through this experience, what have you done to end the interaction that's empowered you to create a beautiful new beginning in your love life moving forward? Go ahead and share that in the comment section below, and know this, I appreciate you. I hope this has brought a little bit of support and compassion if you're going through this right now, and empowered you to create a beautiful new result moving forward. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you soon.